Happy Monday, Aqua Friends. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you're ready to learn some new things this week. This week, we're going to talk about the letter Z. Z. Do you see a Z behind me? Yes, you do. That is the uppercase Z. So we're going to work on making the uppercase Z, which we have right here an example, and also the lowercase c. Now the good news is the lowercase c looks just like the uppercase, it's just a little smaller. So let's start with the uppercase Z, all right? Remember, when we're writing or reading, we always start at the top of our page and on the left side. So we will start here, and we're gonna make a straight line across. Just like that. See that? Let's put it a little closer. Just a straight line across. Now mine looks a little wiggly, but that's because my hand was a little bit shaky. But a straight line across. Now, friends, this is a little trickier. We're gonna start right here where we stopped and go down diagonal. Diagonal is kind of like slanted. It's a little trickier, but we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna start here and come right down. Can you see that? So it looks like a number 7, okay? So the beginning of a Z looks like a number 7. Now, we just need to finish off the bottom. So we will start here and go across, just like that. There is your uppercase Z. Now to make a lowercase z, we're going to make the exact same thing. We're just gonna shrink it down, okay? So I'm gonna see if I can hold this closer to you. Remember, we're gonna start over here, go across, right? Then we'll make that diagonal or slant line, and then we'll come across, just like that. Now maybe, friends, you could have moms and dads draw you a line that looks like this, and you could work on making your Z, okay? You could practice your uppercase and your lowercase. There are our Z's. Now, we're gonna be talking a lot about Z this week. Miss Julie is gonna read you a story, and the story is called Animals Strike at the Zoo. It's true. I want you to have listened. And can you tell me what animal at the zoo starts with the letter Z? Okay? Think about that. But also pay attention to the characters, because we're going to talk about the characters to come back on.
Animals strike at the zoo. It's true. Written by Karma Wilson. Pictures by Margaret Spencer. There's an animal strike at the zoo. It's true. The headlines are telling it all. The animals quit. That's it. We're through. Say all critters from biggest to small. Oh boy. The animals seem like they have had enough. The elephant is raising a sign, no more peanuts. The giraffes are saying, we quit. Oh, look here. He says, that's it. Do you know what kind of animal that is? Looks like a platypus. And the penguins, they're saying, we're through. Oh dear. We're paid only peanuts, the elephants shout. And goodness, we're bigger than that. So now they won't trumpet or lumber about. They just sit in the shade looking big. Wow, they're not happy about only getting peanuts. The monkeys won't monkey around anymore. You won't see us climbing again. They wallow like big monkey lumps on the floor. We want a nice pool in our pen. Oh, they'd like to have a pool. The leopards aren't prowling. The wolf packs aren't howling. The tigers aren't growling. And the otters are scowling. Egad, the worst has come true. There's an animal strike at our zoo. Oh dear, that can't be good. The zebras are looking like horses today. They painted their stripes in, you see. We're all sick and tired of eating this hay. Our good looks do not come for free. Oh my goodness. They'd like to eat something besides hay. And so they're painting their stripes until they're fed something delicious. Wonder what they're hoping for. Maybe cupcakes. Those silly giraffes, they're not any better. You won't see our necks anymore. They're knitting themselves lots of turtleneck sweaters, which go from their heads to the floor. My goodness, those are very long sweaters. And I hope they're not too hot. Gee whiz. Business these days is as slow as can be. Folks go to the circus instead. Nobody wants to pay money to see the animals just laying in their beds. The lions aren't roaring. The eagles aren't soaring. The penguins are snoring. It's all rather boring. What can the zookeeper do? There's an animal strike at his zoo. Oh, golly, I don't know what can happen. Do you? He really is doing the best that he can. The elephants all got a raise. Instead of just peanuts, they now eat pecans. And he offered them shorter days. He's trying to think of things, right, friends? I wonder if that will make the elephants happy. The monkeys were given a small kiddie pool, and he's feeding the zebra sweet oats. But the monkeys complain the water's too cool, and the zebra, they're wanting root beer floats. Guess it wasn't cupcakes. Root beer floats. That's like ice cream and root beer. It is tasty. I didn't know zebras liked that, though. Then in through the gate walks sweet little Sue. She just can't believe that she's here. She's always wanted to come to the zoo, and she's been asking for this trip for a year. There's little Sue, friends. What does she look like she's feeling? She's feeling super excited and ready to see the animals. But no birds are peeping, no lizards are creeping, no bunnies are leaping. Then poor little Sue starts weeping. What's weeping? Can you tell by her face? Weeping is when you're crying really hard. Her heart is broken in two by the animal strike at the zoo. She's so disappointed. As tears start to streak down her cute, rosy face, the animals watch that small child. A deep hush of sadness falls over the place. And then they go totally wild, with roaring and peeping and howling and growling. All critters from biggest to small start soaring and creeping and leaping and prowling, and little Sue laughs at them all. Oh, she's so happy. And all of the animals find out that day they actually like what they do. The zookeeper calls the newspapers to say, "Hooray! No more strike at the zoo." But the bear at the circus won't pedal his bike. Uh-oh. Yikes. He says he's on strike. Oh, dear. Not the otters, though. They're back at it, having a terrific time in their pool. The end.
I really hope you enjoyed the story. So we're going to talk. First of all, though, I asked you a question. I asked you if you could think of or find out the animal in the zoo that starts with the letter Z. I bet all of you are like, me, I know. You just go ahead and shout it out. That's right. If you said this animal, Zeke the zebra, then you are right. That begins with the letter Z. So zoo and zebra both begin with the letter Z, which is why I thought it was the perfect book to read for our week of talking about the letter Z. So, okay, let's talk a little bit more about animals strike at the zoo. It's true. First of all, have you been to the zoo? I know many of you have been to the zoo. Imagine, friends, if you were so excited to go to the zoo and you arrived only to find out that all of the animals were on strike. What does that mean when they're on strike? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means they're not wanting to do their job. Let's think about that for a minute. Let's think about the elephant. Who remembers what the elephant, why was the elephant upset? Let's put the elephant right here. Why was the elephant upset? The elephant said he didn't want more peanuts. He wanted something else. Do you see how I even thought, since the elephant's been on strike, she had time to paint her toenails? She's fancy. But she thinks, I don't want just peanuts. I want something else. How about... Do you remember what the zebras were upset about? They wanted a special treat because they feel like their pattern of stripes makes them so fancy. I'm going to ask you if you remember what treat they want in just a minute. The giraffes, they said, no one's going to see our long necks anymore. And what did they do, friends? They knit long turtleneck sweaters to cover up their whole neck. I have a turtleneck on today. I'm probably going to have to take it off later because it's going to warm up, but right now it's just a little bit chilly, so I have it on. And the monkeys? There was no monkeying around from those monkeys. Why? They wanted a swimming pool. Tigers, the penguins, the hippos, the lions, they were all just laying around in their pens saying, we're not going to do anything else. Which was really, really sad. I mean, the zookeeper was trying to think of everything he could to help motivate or encourage the animals to come back to work. He offered fancy pecans to the elephant, offered all kinds of suggestions. In fact, the zebras did not like his idea, and they said, oh no, we want, do you remember? Root beer sodas. I did not know that zebras liked root beer sodas, but that's what they want. The zookeeper was feeling fit to be tied. What will I do? And then comes, who's this? Do you remember who she is from our story? Little Sue. And Little Sue, oops, let me scooch Little Sue down so you can see her better. Oh dear, Little Sue fell. Let's see if Little Sue can stay right there. Little Sue was feeling so excited to go to the zoo, right? Until she discovered that none of the animals were doing anything. These animals were snoozing. These animals were pouting. These animals were gloomy. And what did Sue do? She cried and cried and cried because she had been looking so forward to going and seeing the animals. Now the good news is the animals looked at little Sue and thought, oh, look, we've made her so sad. All right, we might not have our root beer soda or our fancy swimming pool, but we've made a child so sad. And what did they do? They went back about their business and they did all of their animal things. And guess what? What did Sue feel like? She was happy ear to ear. Oh my goodness. And the animals realized, wait a minute, I don't need root beer floats or a fancy pool. I like my job just the way it is because I can make children happy. All right, friends, we're going to talk more about animals strike in the zoo, it's true. But right now, I want you to start thinking about your words that start with the letter Z. Z. We said zoo. We said zebra. I wonder what words you can think of that start with this letter, Z. I'll be anxious to hear. Maybe you want to make a picture. Maybe you want to take a picture. Maybe you just want moms and dads to tell me, but I can't wait to hear what words you come up with that start with the letter Z. All right, be thinking, friends. Bye-bye.